Hello everyone and welcome to SkShadow. Today we are playing PC Building Simulator again. So this time we're going to be upgrading the previous PC that we built. We're going to be putting a custom water cooling system in there. And we're also going to build an Intel equivalent with the same sort of spec and pair them against each other. So I'll open this one up. So what we're going to get rid of, as you can probably imagine, is the all-in-one cooler. So we need to unplug that from the motherboard, take it out from there, perfect, and then we've just got the CPU left. So we're not going to be upgrading the CPU, just because for simplicity. Graphic card wise, we're going to need a 1080, but one that can use a watercool. So we need to remove this 1080 here, perfect, and then we need to put a different one in. So we're going to be using EK parts for this build. So if we have a look, so we're going to go for this one just because it's RGB, because why not? So we'll put that in, there we go. So we need an EK block as well. I'm not sure how much difference that actually makes, but we'll get an EK block. Of course, might as well make it RGB while we're at it. In it goes. Those are the blocks, so we're obviously going to need a pump. Pumps do help. Go for an EK one of those as well, and of course RGB. We need everything to be RGB. There we go. So as well, just to make it look a bit better, that non-modular PSU looking a bit nasty. So we're going to replace that with something a bit nicer looking. We will go for the 1600. Completely overkill for what we're doing, but why not? At this point, we might as well think of a colour scheme. So cable wise, well, choose a colour for our cables. Let's go for a green colour scheme, I think. Lovely, so let's remove these fans because that's probably where I'm going to be putting the radiator. Take that off. Got to unplug the cables for the fans, of course. Take it from the motherboard, and then we'll get rid of all of these. A bit of a shame because they are RGB fans, but you know, custom water cooling, we need a radiator, so go for EK, of course it's got to be RGB as well. FL 150, 360mm, it's the only RGB one though, so it's got to go there. There we go, many screws to get this one in. And we'll cable it up. Lovely. So now we need to just basically start doing a bit of piping. So the easy route would be to use flexible pipe, but tubing wise, we want green rigid pipe, I think would be the main thing there. As you can see, we're going to put a few bends in there as well. That one's going to go onto the CPU block. That looks horrible. If we do... oh, we can't do that. Why can't we do that? Let's remove that fan. That will do. That will do. That's going to then go into there, which I want a bend to sort of... oh Jesus, that's definitely not what I was trying to do. There we go. Oh no, that's still wrong. Ah, they're not in the same place, that's why. That's a bit annoying. Yeah, that really doesn't look very good, does it? Remove all of the corners. Try that again. So how can we make this look? That looks alright. Then we do the same to drag it over there. Have that up there, like that. Perfect, I think that looks quite good. Now all that's left to do is put the coolant in it. So of course we're going to have to go for the green UV coolant. Now I'll watch that flow in. That'll look very good, hopefully. And power it on. Let's see if it works. As you can see, they're all going a bit mad at the moment, RGB wise. And let's change the RGB because that is all over the place. Static, green. Green. There we go. You can see here is our green themed PC, which is very, very nice. So that's that one done. I'm going to be back in a second after I've built the Intel equivalent. Alright, so I'm back and I've built the other PC. As you can see, I went for a red theme on this one. You can probably see from the time lapse, but it is here. I've put the i5 9600K, which is almost equivalent to the 3600, maybe slightly more on the 3600X side, but doesn't really matter. As you can see, other than that, same specs, 1080, 3600 Vengeance RAM. So yeah, same case as well, so pretty much the same spec. So what we're going to do is we're going to run a 3D Mark test on both of them and see what they get stock. If you're liking the content so far, make sure to give us a like down below, and obviously check out the rest of our channel as well, because I'll be uploading a bit more of this stuff, as well as there's other games on there as well with my friend Adam. Alright, so both 3D Mark benchmarks are done. So the Ryzen 1 got a very similar score to our old one before we upgraded, which is 6896 on the graphics and 6784 on the CPU. So the graphics should be the same on the other one because it's the same graphics card, so I'll find out. So we got 6896 and 5868, so the 9600K is performing worse at the moment by a fair amount than the 3600, which I'm quite surprised about. But the one thing the 9600K can do is overclock a lot more, so we'll be doing a bit of that. So first we're going to try and overclock the graphics card, because they should both overclock to the same amount. So we'll have a look. So core voltage 20%. Clockwise, if we see just how high we can put it without it being incredibly unstable. So I've got a stable GPU overclock on both of them. Strangely enough, I actually was able to get a higher one on the Ryzen PC than the Intel PC, but for testing's sake I've stuck them both on the same. So it's 480 803. This one is 481 802, just because I wasn't able to get the exact number, which is a bit weird. And you may notice that the tubing on the Intel one near the CPU looks a little bit different. That's because I double checked to make sure I did actually put thermal paste on, because the CPU temperatures are quite high for a water-cooled system, but it was perfectly fine. They just do get that hot. So as you can see on the testing bench, when it starts loading, the CPU is getting near the 70s, whereas on the Ryzen bench the CPU, as you can see from my testing, doesn't get any hotter than 51. So that may actually cause some issues when we go to overclock. But that is done, so we'll run 3D Mark again and see what difference that makes. Right, so 3D Mark is finished on both of them. So on the Ryzen one we got 9137 with a much higher graphics score, as you can see, which is I think even better than we got with the other system. So it shows the water cooling really does work. So we got 9733 on there. On here we got 9732. But again, the CPU score is really holding that back. So we're going to do a bit of overclocking on the Intel and see what we can get. So we need to turn it off, turn it back on, get into BIOS. So let's have a look. So CPU overclock is definitely what we want to do. Voltage, let's ramp it up all the way and see what we can get. So can we get to 5 gigahertz? Is the question. It's definitely pushing it, but you never know, we might be able to. Move the base clock a little bit, because that'll get the RAM speed a little bit higher as well. So almost 5 gig. Try this. We might be able to get away with it. So I don't think that's going to be stable enough. Nah, didn't think so. Let's hold delete. Get back into the CPU overclock. See where we can, just what we can push. Basically, we need to try and keep the voltages as low as possible, because otherwise the temperature is going to be way too high. That's better temperature. Will it be stable? That's my question. Nah. Need more voltage for it. The temperature's going to be higher. One more voltage. Can we do it? Will it be stable? Let's have a look. Hopefully. Come on. You can be stable. Ooh. Just stable enough. As you can see, it hit 83 there. So we'll run 3D Mark on that again and see if we can at least match the CPU score of the Ryzen. So the 3D benchmark has finished. So this one is the Ryzen one, which, as you remember, got 6784 on the CPU score. Now, what did the Intel one get with its overclock CPU? 6029, so still nowhere near, which is very surprising, to be honest. Probably because it's only single threaded, so you've only got six threads on there, whereas over there you got 12. So that's probably the issue there, unfortunately. So, well, that settles the debate then, doesn't it? AMD's better. Well, thank you for watching. Obviously, I'm sure you all have your own ideas of what you prefer out of AMD and Intel, but from this test, it's AMD. If you like the content, make sure to drop a like down below, like I said. If you want to see more of this sort of stuff, then give us a sub, and you'll get notified whenever we upload anything like this. But other than that, thanks for watching, and goodbye.